Hey, what's up YouTube? You already know it's All City Live TV, and thank you for tuning in. I'm happy to announce that the City merch store is now up and running. We got t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, phone cases, and bags, so go crazy out there. The link will be in the description below. Today we're going to be talking about badges, and more badges, man. It's the first part of a 4-part series in which we go over each badge category after patch 11 and let you guys know whether or not you should be using particular badges after patch 11. See, patch 11 changed some things. There's a lot of people out there finishing alley-oops like crazy with non-finishing builds. So I'm getting this consistently. Moreover, now than ever, after patch 11, people seem to be going crazy with alley-oops. And what does that mean for you guys? You guys are repping up a lot faster out there with your builds that used to not be able to catch or even throw alley-oops for that matter. So if you want one quick tip for you guys, if you want to rep up fast, throw them alley-oops, catch them alley-oops, go crazy with alley-oops. We're gonna go into finishing and we're gonna go through each badge real quick. I'm not gonna stay too long on these things. I'm gonna tell you some of the things that I've noticed after patch 11 because we have a ton of time played after patch 11. Hours upon hours. We live stream every single game and we live stream every single day on 5 different platforms simultaneously. That's Facebook, Mixer, Twitch, D-Live, and we also live stream right here on YouTube. So if you guys got questions about badges on this video, so let's get right into it. Acrobat. Now people are saying that they're having trouble finishing these reverse layups, and although I have seen some goofy stuff, I can't say that there's an extremely noticeable difference with Acrobat. I like the Acrobat badge. Now this is my slashing playmaker build. This is a fairly new build. This is my most recent build, and we're gonna go over how I built up this player. I'm finishing great out there with this player. I like the way he finishes, and this is my badge setup. I just equipped my last badge right before this video, so this is what I'm gonna be trying out. But I can get into, I've been running with my paint beast after patch 11 the majority of the time, so he has a ton of finishing badges, and I can tell you some of the things that I've noticed since patch 11. So Acrobat seems to be okay. You might want to equip this at a higher level to get those reverse layup animations, and it'll help you also finish on the hop steps as well. So you might want to consider Acrobat. If you're a big man out there, you can't go wrong with back down Punisher if you get a mismatch especially. But if you're a big out there and you want to equip this at a higher level and back down some other bigs, if you get put in a one-on-one situation, back down Punisher will help you out at a higher level. Consistent finisher, people are still iffy about consistent finisher, as am I. I'm still a little iffy. You know, this thing has been going up and down, up and down. Some of the pros don't even like consistent finisher. It's something that you guys may want to consider. Some pros don't even put consistent finisher on at all. And now we're talking about like Pacers Gaming. I'm saying that they don't really like consistent finisher. I think it was Cody that said it, if I'm not mistaken. But consistent finisher I have on bronze just to help out. This was the last badge that I equipped, was consistent finisher on this player. If on my big man, on my paint beast, I got this badge at Hall of Fame. So, you know, I think it's a matter of trial and error for you guys, man. Go out there, put it on, see if it works for you guys. If it works for you guys, fantastic. If you find yourself missing layups still, there may be a chance that you need to rearrange some of these badges. But we're gonna try this setup that I have out now. Contact finisher, you can't go wrong. As high as it can go. This is without question, y'all. Put contact finisher on. You need it. It helps with layups and dunks. It'll help you finish out there. Cross key scorer still have not found its groove, man. And 2K20, it's unfortunate, man. It's one of the few badges on here that hasn't found any type of groove from what I can see, but it is a good badge that you may want to consider, as any badge that helps boost a shot percentage for layups while moving across the paint could help you guys out. Now, I can't say that I would equip it, but you might want to give it a particular try on a different type of build. Some type of build, maybe like a Dirk Nowitzki type of build. You might want to consider cross key scorer. Deep hooks, goated. Hands down, you may want to have deep hooks if your post hook is up high. Deep hooks is almost unstoppable. If you haven't seen CJ Ho or you haven't seen Shoot Everyone going crazy with the deep hooks badge, you may want to look into that, because deep hooks is one of the most effective badges in NBA 2K20 if you have the right build for it. Drop stepper I don't use drop stepper, and I can't really equip it on this point guard build. On my paint beast, I may consider it. I may do like some rearranging on the paint beast to see if we can incorporate drop stepper into our arsenal of finishing moves. But as of right now, I don't use drop steppers. I'm mostly out there trying to get reps. So if I'm going into the paint, I'm more than likely trying to catch an alley-oop, because we're on our way to E3, getting the mascots, and we want to make sure we get as much rep as possible. So I don't equip drop stepper as of right now, but drop stepper is a good badge. Fancy footwork, in my opinion, is not necessary. That's the best way to put it. There's a lot of people that could really work the fancy footwork badge, as it only stuns your opponent and doesn't have anything to do with your animation. This badge only stuns your opponent, so keep that in mind. If you already find yourself getting into the paint with no problem, then do not equip fancy footwork. But if you want to stun the opponent that's in front of you, then maybe equip fancy footwork and take that into consideration. Fast break finisher, people are talking about fast break finisher as well. Now there's a badge that helps your takeover meter, so you want to keep that in mind. It'll help your takeover meter when you dunk on a fast break. Now I'm like, I got takeover booster already after I hit elite, so if you're an elite out there, you may not need a badge like fast break finisher. But we'll move on. Giant Slayer still, in my opinion, is one of the good badges out there for finishing. I like the way my player, I just put consistent finisher on today, so I'm gonna test out how this is working out on my player. But currently, I like the way he's finishing in the paint. I like the effectiveness of his moves when he goes into the paint. It's almost like slithery finisher is really, I don't know, how do you say, really effective on this slashing playmaker. I gotta tell you guys too, we're gonna go down the line. I gotta tell you guys too that it seems like, man, for different players, I gotta tell you, man, I have a two-way slashing playmaker that I ran the majority of the year, and I got a ton games played with that player. And this slashing playmaker seems to move so much more fluidly than my two-way slashing playmaker, and finishing, defense, everything seems to be way more responsive. So if you're having trouble out there swerving, or things are not going according to how you think they should go, or like the responsiveness, how things should respond when you're out there, then it could very well be the player, because the slashing playmaker seems to finish effectively, and he also seems to move way better on defense. And we have, it's almost the exact same build as far as build, like body type and all of that, how he was built, 6'5", everything seems to be the same except the title. But it is what it is. Lob City finisher, we're gonna move on. Lob City finisher, being that a ton of people are finishing alley-oops out there, I don't necessarily need Lob City finisher. I've never needed it on any of my players, but on my paint beast, I put it on, and I do get a little bit more lobs out there. Helps you finish in traffic and things like that. It increases your chances of completing the alley-oop. So anything that increases your chances, you may want to consider if you got the badge points to allocate to that build in that particular category. So in finishing, if you got enough badge points to allocate for a Lob City finisher, you can't go wrong with it. That's what I'll say. But I am completing at a high success rate without it. Pick and roller, another great badge that you guys want to consider. It'll give you that speed boost, although I still get the speed boost, and I understand a lot of you guys still get the speed boost as well after you set a screen. There are some animations where he takes almost forever to turn around and go to the basket after a screen. So I think that's where pick and roller plays a huge part, and it'll also give you a shot percentage boost. So after pick and roll, you'll get a shot percentage boost, and anything that helps boost your percentage when you're going to the rack or taking a shot is definitely a badge that you guys may want to take into consideration. A good badge to have. Pro touch. Now there's more so for post score, interior force with a post hook, post phase, things like that. Pro touch will be more effective for you guys. Now I have this badge also on my paint beast, and I don't take a lot of post hooks. I don't really do that. We're trying to get this rep up and catch alley-oop, so I'm not really taking a lot of post hooks, but we know it to be a super effective badge after doing my research and looking at the best interior force out there in CJ Holt. he recommended Pro Touch at its highest level, and that's when you start seeing the effectiveness of like those post hooks and how they go in, how often the increase skyrockets, your percentage increase skyrockets. Putback Boss, I got this badge on my paint piece. I like the Putback Boss. I know there's a lot of the community out there that's, you know, they're on the fence. They're not sure if they should put Putback Boss on or not, but I've heard from defenders and I've also heard from other paint beasts out there who equip Putback Boss, and they say it's a must-have badge, and I somewhat sort of agree depending on your play style, but I like Putback Boss, and I would recommend personally for you guys to equip Putback Boss. Relentless Finisher, another badge that I have higher up. I seem to be finishing way stronger when I have Relentless Finisher, and again throughout the year this has been up and down, up and down. You don't know what to do with Relentless Finisher, and people unequip it and they get some animations, but what I noticed, when you unequip it, you'll get some animations that work in your favor, but they don't last, they're not consistent enough. So one day you're a go, next day you're not. Relentless Finisher seems to kind of wrap your badges in a bow and kind of just tie them nice and tight for you. So that's what I like about Relentless Finisher, is that there seems to be some level of, it adds some consistency into how you play, and that's what I like about Relentless Finisher. Although we know that there's a fatigue badge and it affects your stamina, and you know, it'll help you maintain your stamina out there when you're finishing consistently through contact, but I like, it seems to be some other additional effects to consistent finishing from what I'm learning after playing almost 4,000. Well, we're well over 4,000. I think we're at 4,200 games out there. So I got some experience with these badges. You guys may want to take a note here and there and say, man, let me try this out, because he's out there playing, and I'm watching other builds as well. Showtime, I can't do it, coach. I can't even recommend it, talk about it. Showtime, I've tried it on multiple occasions, like the Treasure Hunters event. Just doesn't give me what I want out there. It's not enough increase. When I got Takeover Booster, that's when I started seeing me get a ton more takeovers, but Showtime, it just doesn't seem to work out in your favor, and you'll probably get 1 or 2 highlight plays a game. So it's not necessary in my opinion. Slithery Finisher, the most goated badge on NBA 2K20 across all, damn near every build is putting on Slithery Finisher if they can. Even if you have 1 badge, you're probably going to Slithery Finisher. Something that you guys might want to take into consideration. You guys already know Slithery Finisher is the goated badge, one of the best badges that you could equip on NBA 2K20. Teardropper, although I wish Teardropper was way more effective, I still have yet to see a patch that helped Teardropper become a primary badge out there. Unfortunately, even after patch 11, Teardropper is not making its way up, and if it does, if you guys are out there, you're goated with Teardropper, man, trust me, I would love to hear from you. What type of build you have, how do you set up and use the Teardropper badge? Well, we went through every single finishing badge. If you guys know anything different about badges, please share your feedback with us in the comment section or within our Discord, because I could always make another video and revisit some of these badges and, you know, try them out on live stream. So that way we know everybody, we want to keep everybody informed. That's the main thing here on this channel. You know that I take these badge videos and then I go live and we talk about it some more, or we re-equip, unequip, and, you know, try and rearrange and go through these badge setups so that everybody, there's a ton of builds out there, but we just want to know what works when we're making our builds and, you know, building them up. People ask me yesterday, what order would you put your badges in as you're going? Now we're halfway through the year. There's people still building players out there. You really got to take that into consideration, that there's still a ton of new players out there that want to learn the game, want to come up, and, you know, they just need somebody to kind of guide them along the way. And if I can help you out with all the information that we get from the ton of players that we play with, it'll be my pleasure. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing to our channel, as we're gonna have a ton of NBA 2K20 content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video.